Okay, so I was having a conversation with a friend of mine this afternoon. Like after church, we were walking towards the gate. So we had a meeting prior, and then so while we were walking to the gate, a conversation following that meeting came up, and then the person, my friend, a wonderful friend of mine, made a statement of like, he doesn't want to be close to any pastor or anything like that. I was like, why? And I said that they expect so much of him. They doesn't want anybody to expect so much of him. So I was like, I said, man, I was like, okay, me, I want to be close to not necessarily pastors. I just, someone reliable that I can be, accountable to, someone that can checkmate me, because I really don't want to be left alone in this Christian race, honestly. So we're talking about that. So fast forward to when I came home, I was having my shower, and so sometimes the Holy Spirit does this thing that when something happens, He now continues the discussion with me in my closet. So I was just showering. I was pouring, so and then it just dropped in my spirit. You don't want to get close to pastors because you don't want them to expect so much from you. Well, let me shock you. God expects much more from you. Yes, He does. God expects much more from you. John 14:12, when He says, He who believes in me, this work that I do, he will do, and greater works than these shall he do. You think that's a joke? He wasn't joking. He was not exaggerating. He expects you to do much more than He did when He was on earth. So you say you don't want to be close to pastors because they're expecting so much of you. Well, hello, dear. God expects much more from you. The pastors, or anybody actually, might want to be careful about what they ask of you to do, whether in services or it's just maybe probably as a worker in church. They might just be careful on how they want to handle issues with you, on things they expect of you, because of one thing. Well, God is a respecter of no man. I mean, God has the right to respect our whole life from us, because this is a God that died for you. So you saying that you don't want pastors to expect much from you, then I'm not sure you're ready to give God the much that He's expecting from you. Because if you think the pastor is expecting anything from you, that is just like a tiny fraction of what God actually expects from us as believers. So I don't know about anybody else, but as for me, I don't want to be left alone in this Christian race. Proverbs 11:14 says, where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitudes of counselors there is safety. Hey, the Bible is not daft. It knows that we're going to need it. It knows that we're not going to survive alone in this race. So me, I want to be alone. I don't know about you. What do you think?